there's like not the last talk of the day, which is a topic very close to my heart, which is all about the future of socialization. What are we going to be doing in the future? How are we going to be spending our time with each other? And I think we've heard a lot about the future of luxury from Gianluca, and how luxury is all about, the time spent with our loved ones and the importance of those connections. So I'm really, really excited for this last talk, and I'm really delighted that we've got Marissa to talk about this super important topic. So welcome to the stage, Marissa Johnston. Thank you. Break a leg.
So, a discussion about hospitality has to start with where we're drinking. Perhaps this is your first time in New Orleans, and as you've planned your visit, one key question looms: where to visit while you're in town? Perhaps you'll visit a bar recommended by a fellow bartender. Perhaps you'll have watched some TikToks from a local chef. Or if you're anything like me, perhaps you've done all your research and live off your pins on a Google map. However, with all these sources for recommendations, we must ask, is the consumer desire for distinctive experiences, shaped by algorithms and social media, leading us away from authenticity? Today, guests arrive with their expectations already set. They envisage dimly lit bars with cozy nooks where influencers capture that perfect shot of the viral cocktail. A single viral post can turn a bar into a hotspot overnight. But once the initial rush fades, what truly transforms casual sippers into loyal regulars? The act of socializing has evolved, now intertwined with expectations for personal relevance and community engagements. As guests, we seek a sense of belonging, a chance to connect over shared interests, not only to occupy a space filled with customers, but to forge genuine connections amid the chaos of modern life. In this landscape, real longevity isn't achieved through social media likes. It's earned through meticulously crafted cocktails, thoughtful bartending, and the ambience cultivated before you even take a seat. This is where authentic placemaking becomes crucial. It transforms fleeting buzz into dedicated clientele, reminding us that it's not merely about how quickly we fill the seats, but how long we can keep them coming back for another round. As we look ahead to the on-trade reinvention, it's imperative to consider the role of cultural institutions in shaping the hospitality landscape. These establishments are not just places to enjoy a drink, they are vital cultural touchpoints that reflect the influence of social dynamics in our communities. In a world where consumer behaviour is rapidly shifting towards seeking authenticity and unique experiences, understanding the significance of these cultural institutions becomes critical. Classic venues with storied histories and timeless appeal provide a foundation for this reinvention. They serve as both nostalgic reference points and blueprints for what the future can hold. While the allure of iconic bars and famous names, such as Duke's Bar with Alessandro or Harry's Bar in Venice, remain significant, we must also acknowledge that their singular focus often risks being unsustainable in the long run. Cultural institutions like these have a unique power to captivate and engage both industry insiders and everyday guests alike. They offer bespoke experiences that transcend the ordinary. Think of the artistry behind the classic Bellini at Harry's, or the signature cocktails that have weathered the test of times, like the Singapore Sling at Raffles, or the infamous Sazerac here in New Orleans. As we navigate the end of a golden era in classic bartending, we must take on the mantle of custodians, forgot the clicker, protecting the rich heritage of these venues while fostering their evolution. In doing so, we ensure that they remain relevant and influential in a landscape increasingly defined by consumer desire for connection, meaning, and community. When looking to the future of socialization, it's crucial to recognise the pivotal role that evolving social connections play, particularly among Gen Z and millennials. Third places, as we all know, places away from work or home, such as parks, libraries, and bars, have long been the heartbeat of communities. However, a recent report from Eventbrite indicates that these generations are spearheading a notable shift, moving beyond traditional social settings to develop what are now known as fourth spaces. These generations move fluidly between physical and digital worlds and are searching for spaces that reflect who they are, places that tap into their interests and passions, whether they were born online or offline. Fourth spaces naturally bridge this desire, creating environments where shared interests spark authentic connections of all kinds. By transforming online passions into real-world meetups, these gatherings offer exactly what so many are seeking. This shift creates an exciting opportunity for venues and brands to cater to the needs of specific communities in an increasingly fragmented world. Bars and pubs are no longer just places to grab a drink. They are transforming into vibrant cultural and social hubs where like-minded individuals can work, socialise, and foster connections that transcend the ordinary. From culinary circles featuring intimate supper clubs to live social shows that transform performance spaces, bars are becoming essential venues for social engagement. They are the setting for games-based gatherings that brings friends together over board games, creative classes that inspire craftsmanship, and fandom festivities that unite niche communities around shared passions. As we witness the emergence of community-focused and collective spaces, this evolution prompts us to contemplate the future of the bar industry. Could food courts or food halls be integral to sustaining this growth, especially as traditional renting models evolve? How do brands support customers to test new venue concepts within these environments? Locations like Posthallen, the world's first bar court in Oslo, exemplify how innovative spaces can thrive in this changing landscape, promoting a sense of localism and cultural connection. Bars that embrace local food and culture not only delight guests, but serve as antidotes to the homogenizing effects of global influences. By celebrating local terroir, establishments like my local pub, Nordicus, who I love very much, champion Scottish produce wherever possible and reinforce community bonds and authentic experiences. It's essential to recognise the transformative role of technology and innovation in reshaping consumer experiences. With an increasing understanding of the evolving needs and desires of today's consumers, we find ourselves at the cutting edge of a movement that seeks to redefine what it means to enjoy a drink. Gone are the days where sitting around and having a drink suffice. Consumers are seeking environments that offer not just products, they desire immersive experiences that captivate their senses and engage their curiosity. To meet these complex demands, we must innovate and create dynamic, activity-focused environments that invite exploration and connection. We've moved beyond traditional guest shifts and pop-ups to see an emergence of pop culture residencies, such as the current Dante and Claridge's experience in London, where Dante is bringing the vibrant spirit of downtown Manhattan to the heart of Mayfair in London. Bars are enlisting creative directors to craft experiences that are memorable as the cocktails served. This focus on creativity ensures that the experiences within a bar transcend the traditional, drawing guests into a world where every detail contributes to the narrative. In this landscape, concepts like visual functionalism and biomimicry are redefining drink presentation. Imagine cocktails that not only taste authentic, but also that resemble the very ingredients that they're crafted from, like the visually stunning Clementine Gillet garnish from the fig leaf cocktail at Deville in Paris. These innovations marry art with functionality, resulting in drinks served in vessels that are beautiful yet practical, marking a potential shift away from conventional glassware. Moreover, themed bars are evolving into escapist adventures, transporting guests through time and space. Venues like Carry On in Phoenix, Arizona exemplify this trend by offering guests a 90-minute cocktail experience set inside a 1970s-inspired first-class jumbo jet lounge. It's a mouthful, that one. As AI becomes more integrated into our daily lives, it offers exciting opportunities for bars to connect with growing online communities. If, like me, you're a huge fan of F1, you'll know there's a growing community of women and girls across the globe who are seeking out community events both online and in person. Imagine quest-based gaming experiences that allow guests to enjoy their drinks while participating in interactive adventures, whether in physical venues or from the comfort of home. As we navigate this changing landscape of hospitality, the developments we've explored present both challenges and opportunities for bartenders, venue owners, and brands. To thrive in this evolving environment, it's essential to keep the bartender at the heart of our partnerships and to adopt new models of engagement that reflect the evolving needs of consumers. As you take on the hospitality horizon, consider these takeaways. Build your venue around its story. The most enduring venues focus on creating meaningful connections rather than trying to please everyone. Understanding your community's history, identity, and aspirations allow you to design spaces that resonate deeply with your guests. Embrace fourth spaces. Take the time to connect with your local communities and create opportunities that merge online interests with impactful real-world interactions. By embracing fourth spaces, you're not only fostering connection, you're turning digital momentum into real-world impact. It's about grounding online identities in shared purpose and collective experiences, giving people a deeper sense of belonging and influencing both spheres. Don't know what's happened there. Designed for conversation, not perfection. Memorable venues thrive on character and personality rather than flawless execution. Encourage curiosity through thoughtful design elements that invite storytelling and engagement. Build community through rituals. Create spaces that foster shared traditions and experiences. Events, gatherings, and themed nights can help establish strong connections among guests and cultivate a loyal following. But avoid panic marketing. Resist the urge to rely on short-term gimmicks. Focus instead on authentic experiences that leave a lasting impression. Cultural relevance is dynamic, and the strongest venues adapt by celebrating new stories while respecting their roots. Pay attention to what evolves within your community and embrace it. This adaptability will ensure your venue's longevity. What did I do? A great venue is not defined by its aesthetics or offerings, but by the emotions it evokes and the memories it creates. As you invest in your space, continually ask yourself, what story does this place tell? Why does it matter to our community? What will people remember when they leave? In the end, guests don't take photos of bar stools. They capture moments, memories, and the meaning found within your establishment. If you succeed in crafting unforgettable experiences, your story will be shared for generations to come. I've been Marissa Johnston. This has been the future of socialization, the hospitality horizon. I'm the co-founder of Shaker Collective, a brand new purpose-built networking and community platform for the global hospitality industry. It's there to share resources, connect, collaborate, and I'd love if you all join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Honestly, I'm getting my steps in. There we go. Thank you.
So here's two, maybe pick which one you prefer. So fourth spaces speak well to, I think, like an ongoing social balkanization that we see. What do you think the emergence of fourth spaces teaches us about third? Third spaces, what deficiencies do you think the emergences of fourth spaces are responding to in thirds? And then are there deficiencies that you see emerging within fourth spaces as they are growing?
I'll tackle the first one, or the second one first. So I think if we look to bring in online worlds into physical spaces, I think there is a potential risk that we go into a world where everyone remains on their phone, which is what we're wanting to get away from. I think the real opportunity lies in how you attract those communities. So it might be that the community was created in an online space, but then it becomes a very much in-person experience versus potentially it just being a digital experience in a bar. So how do you tap into those communities and get them into your venues rather than those experiences purely living online or in third spaces that are not bars and pubs? I think.
Do you think that there are specific deficiencies in third spaces that fourth spaces are in response to that like demonstrates why they are starting to become more prevalent?
I wouldn't say deficiencies. I think it's more an opportunity. I think at the moment we may rely on the existing communities that sit around us in our local area, whereas the opportunity by bringing in online communities may be that they are purely not relating or experiencing that in person anywhere. So how do you tap into those growing online communities? I think we're seeing it more and more and more. People are looking for those experiences, so they're connecting online, but how do you then bring that into an in-person experience, ideally in a bar or pub?
Any other questions? Amazing. Thank you so much, Marissa.
Thank you.
Alex. Thanks. Well done. Thank you. Well, that's the wrap. That's a wrap. We've got 5 minutes. I just want to maybe, Alex, do you have any reflections from the day? Put you on the spot. I have just a couple that I would like to just share because I haven't been on the stage long enough, so I feel like I'm getting my fix. So I think for me, the key themes have been around emotion, memories, and meaning. And I think that's been the thread that all of our speakers today have connected. You know, the future is really going to be much more about how we can feel more together and have those experiences that really create the memories and the meanings that almost kind of give us a sense of longevity. We're kind of disconnecting from screens, being more connected to one another. I mean, maybe that's just my hope for the utopian future, particularly as we know that that is so important to hospitality.
I mean, so what is old is new again a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, there is
like
something
us.
really, for those of you who haven't been with us all day, we've had some really amazing conversations about the future of flavor and dove into where is this all going from a product standpoint, which is really exciting. And
Trees are tasty. That's
trees
what we
are
learned.
tasty. That was it. That's all you really need to know. We've talked a lot about the future of brands and where they're heading and how they can authentically connect to their consumers and be authentic to themselves, frankly, which I thought had so much resonance for everything we all do. It wasn't just about brands, it's about just being authentic in anything you create. Talking about luxury, what does luxury mean? Oh, well, back to just being authentic and being transparent. And then just now, talking about these experiences, these things that we love so much, bars, restaurants, hotels, these spaces. And what it boils down to is something that feels so deeply human and ever present, which is that actually, when you come down to it, when you're just honest and you care about something, you're passionate about it, and you're willing to put in the time and effort, that is timeless, ultimately.
Lovely. Love that. Well done. You just did that off the
No,
top
it
of your
wasn't
head.
on my notes.
Oh,
It was,
yeah.
you inspired me.
That's amazing. Okay, so we are back tomorrow, same sort of time. We've got 4 incredible speakers exploring the future of culture, future of... we should know this.
We're good.
Future of culture, future of sustainability,
Nailing it so
future
far.
of AI. There's an AI one.
We have future of technology, so we're going to
Technology.
dig into some of the future of education for anyone who is interested in where we're going as an industry from education, but really on the more venue level, some really exciting kind of technology being used there.
Yeah. So join us tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope to see you in the future. Thank you.
Thanks all.
Sorry. I was like, what do you?